Hey there everybody, I'm Pete Burak and welcome to this very special edition of Cathlist. So as you can see, we are in a totally new location, no longer at my mom's house, which is just, I feel like I'm growing up. Instead, we're at a chapel, the Chapel of St. Bonaventure Monastery in Detroit, and we are graciously hosted by the Order of Friars Minor Capuchin, which is a mouthful. We try not to date these episodes. Yes, I said episodes. There's more than one of these. We've done over 30. Have you watched them? Have you? Have you? Don't watch all of them right now, but there's a playlist that you can click on later. But anyway, we try not to date these so that you can watch them at any time, and they're always relevant. But we're doing something a little different for the next few episodes, because on November 18th, 2017, Father Solanus Casey will be beatified, which is one step closer to sainthood. We're here because this was the monastery where Solanus lived and worked with the citizens of Detroit. And over the next few weeks, we'll have a few special episodes regarding the monastery, the Order of Friars Minor Capuchin, I'm gonna have to say that full title every time, and Solanus himself. Today, we'll be talking about St. Bonaventure Monastery, so please stick around. In March of 1883, the Capuchins purchased a piece of property just outside the eastern limits of Detroit called Russell's Grove, named of course after the infamous Russell Grove. Just kidding. And this grove faced Mount Elliott Cemetery. With Capuchin monasteries already established in Wisconsin and New York City, Detroit was an optimal in-between location because train service between the east and west went through Detroit. All roads lead through Detroit. Bishop Borges entrusted the Capuchins with the care of Mount Elliott Cemetery on May 17, 1883. Friars built a small chapel on the cemetery grounds, which was used for services. Construction on the single-wing monastery and chapel began immediately, and although the decree officially establishing the monastery was dated June 7, 1883, the cornerstone was laid on July 29, 1883. The monastery was habitable by January of 1884, and Bishop Borges blessed it on February 5th, 1884. That's a lot of dates. During the Great Depression, the Capuchins, together with the St. Bonaventure Secular Franciscans, were a major source of relief for the poor living on the east side of the city. At that time, you'd find Father Solanus, together with the friars of the monastery, helping with the day-to-day running of the Capuchin soup kitchen. By 1931, the Capuchins were providing as many as 3,500 free meals each day through its soup kitchen. Like the entire Capuchin order throughout the world, St. Bonaventure Monastery truly has its roots sunk deeply into the service of others. Today, the Capuchin's 2 Detroit soup kitchens, service center, urban farm program, bakery, tutoring program, etc., continue to respond to Detroit's most basic needs and to build minds and nourish spirits, all while working to understand and address the root causes of social injustice in the community. The brothers here at St. Bonaventure bless the sick who visit every Wednesday. One of the Capuchin brothers offers a reading and reflection, and you are encouraged to share your prayers of intercession with the assembly. Then the sick receive a blessing with a relic of the true cross, a piece of the actual cross that Jesus was crucified on. How awesome is that? Approximately 300 people come for this service every Wednesday. The monastery itself is not open for pilgrimages, but not to worry, because the Solanus Casey Center welcomes pilgrims 7 days a week from 9 to 5. Built in 2002, the center is dedicated to the holiness of Father Solanus and provides a place of prayer, education, and reflection. The Solanus Casey Center itself is a tribute to Father Solanus and an opportunity for all of us to explore the richness and diversity of our faith in a loving and merciful God. Thousands come each year for prayer and a visit to Father Solanus' tomb, right over there, right outside the chapel. It's designed to begin with Christ and end with Christ. You enter through the Shepherd's Gate, the grand entrance to the center, and walk through the Creation Garden on the way to the building. The Creation Garden is decorated with sculptures inspired by Francis of Assisi's Canticle of Creation. You know, the whole brother, sun, sister, moon. On the way in, there's the full-length crystal Christ door. Then to the left, bronze statues of exemplary contemporary figures from recent history who are living the call of Christ. Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Takashi Nagai, Dorothy Day, and many more. Sharp-eyed viewers, that one person who's watching all these videos, will recognize one of those names in a previous episode entitled, what is it, 5 people we think should be sainted or canonized? You can guess which one. There's also a small museum that showcases the life of Solanus Casey and houses some artifacts from his life, like his violin, his bedroom, like the whole thing. I'm getting confirmed that yes, his entire bedroom is in the museum. It was a Capuchin. It wasn't like it was elaborate, right? And his habit, as in his cloak, the thing that he wore every day. The center has a Hall of Saints. Some people have Hall of Fames. The Catholic Church has a Hall of Saints, which I love, all depicting other Catholic notables who illustrate the spiritual and corporal works of mercy. They probably don't like have an award ceremony where accept the honor of joining the Hall of Saints because they're dead. And of course, the Solanus Center houses the tomb of Father Solanus Casey himself, and pilgrims here are welcomed to kneel and pray for a time. And that is all the time we have for now, folks. Thank you for watching this very special episode of Catholist. If you're interested in learning more about the Solanus Casey Center or planning a pilgrimage here, head over to solanuscenter.org. I'm Pete Burak. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Folks can watch them at any time, anywhere, as if where Father Solanus lived, purchased a piece of property just outside. Quiet on the set!